Hi, this is Lee from Screencasts Online, and today we're going to take a look at how you can create your own font to use in applications like Pages and Keynote. And the font is going to be based on your handwriting. So if you have good handwriting, unlike me, it can look pretty good. Let's see how to do it. So to achieve this, we're going to use this web service called Calligraphr. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. It certainly looks like it. Now, if we go to pricing here, you can see there is a paid account that you can have if creating fonts is something that you think you need professionally. However, if you're only looking to create one font at a time, there is a free account that you can create. You can see here you're limited to creating one font concurrently, and you can have no more than 75 characters or glyphs in one font. But that's all I need for this video in this purpose. So I'll come up here and click on this link to get started for free. Now, all I need to do here is enter in an email and password to register. So I'll just pause and do all the basic things I need to do to get an account created. Okay, I've just paused there while I created my account and I've signed into the service now. And we can see here the steps that we need to follow to get the font created. So first of all, we're going to download a template sheet from the site that we fill in. So we can print it out physically, or we can download the PDF onto an iPad. If you do print it, then write out the characters with a black felt pen for preference because it's clearer. Or if you're downloading it, you can of course use your iPad and Apple Pencil to be able to fill out that template. If you do print it out, then you're going to need to scan it ready to upload. And then the next stage is of course to upload it by clicking on Upload Template. And then we build the font. All very simple. So let's go get our template. I'm going to click. And on the left, we choose what we want our template to be formed of. So I want to have minimal English here, which is 60 characters, as we can see. And also I need minimal numbers as well, which is 10 characters. So that gives a total of 70, which is less than the 75 limit we have for the free account. You'll see if you try to do more than the 75 allowance, we have a warning up here telling you that you have too many and only the first 75 of the selected ones here will be used. Okay, I'm back to 70 characters now. We can see the count down here. So I'll click up here on Download Template. We've got a default file name here that I think I'll change to Lee Handwriting Font. Below that, you can choose whether to download a PDF version of the template or a PNG image file. We have a slider here that allows you to change the size of the cells that you're going to write your characters in. And there are two more options that you can select below. So drawing helplines will allow you to see some grey lines in the template cells that help guide the height you need the characters you write to be. And then below that, you can choose to have a grayed out version of the character in the background. This can be useful, so I think I'll turn this on. And then I'll click download. Okay, that's ready for me to download. We can see the file name here. If I click, we can see the template here. So the grey characters are there in the background and you can see the grid lines as well. So you can print this out and complete it, or you can save it locally to perhaps your iCloud Drive. So it's easily accessible by an iPad to allow you to complete it with your Apple Pencil. Okay, just quickly pause there to show you how the template looks without the characters in the background. So you can make a call as to whether you prefer them or not. I do personally, but it's entirely up to you. Okay, let's complete this on the iPad. So I'm using the beta version of iPadOS 26, which does give us a great advantage. If I come down here to the folder where I downloaded the template, here it is. I'll right click here to bring up the context menu. And I can come down and select Open With, because this allows us to choose an application to modify this template. So Preview works well, and if you have an application like Notability, PDF Expert, or GoodNotes, then you can use those as well. But I'm going to give Preview a go, and there is my template there. I'm going to click here to bring up my drawing tools down here. I'll just need to ensure that it's black in color. And because Calligraphr recommends using a felt pen, I'm just going to increase the brush size of the pen here. There we are. And starting in the top left, I'm just going to use my Apple Pencil and start filling out these cells. Naturally, it does help to try and make this as close to your normal handwriting as possible, but I'm just going to pause and blast through these quickly. Okay, I finished using the iPad there and I've saved the template, so I'm ready to now upload it here. And this is it. If I open, we can see page 2 here, and I'll just swipe up to show the first page. And this should look okay. So I close this with Command and W, and come over here and click on My Fonts. Now, of course, we don't have any yet, but I'm going to upload my one. And at this point, if you've printed out the template physically and handwritten the characters, this is where you're going to scan it ready to upload. So I'll click Upload Template. Then here I'll click Choose File. Just need to navigate my folders here and find my template. There it is in the preview folder. I'll click Upload. And then here I'll click Upload Template. Doesn't take too long to do. And in fact, there it is. It's done, but it's not complete yet, because this is where you can review the characters. And if any don't seem to be right, then you can delete them by clicking on the individual trash can icons in the corners. I am quite happy with these though. So in the bottom here, I'll click Add Characters to your font. And with that done, I can click Build Font to create the font files ready for import. But before we do that, let's just check what else is here. So clicking these dots here allows us to delete the font or adjust our baseline. Then Edit Font Details here lets you change the name of the font. So I think I'll change this to Lee Handwriting there. And then below that, we have 3 sliders. So letter spacing allows you to change the default gaps between the letters in the font. Then the font size slider will let you scale up or down the default size of the font. Then down here, we have word spacing, which of course will just adjust the spacing between your words. Then if you have an upgraded account, you can change the metadata for the font as well. But we don't need that. Let's close this and click on Build Font. Okay, it looks like I need to change the name again. Let's do that. And then click Build Font. It's processing. And there we are. We have our completed font. It doesn't look too bad, actually. And there are 2 links at the top that will allow us to download them. And down here, we can see the alphabet view. I can click on Dutch to see how that looks. And then we have the size comparison here, which shows how our new font compares to others. So fairly similar to the others. In fact, a few of them are a little bit smaller than some, if anything. But I'm quite happy with this. The downloadable fonts are here, so I'm going to click on them to download. Just need to allow downloads from this site. And I'll download this one as well. Okay, they're downloaded and I've opened the font book application here. So I'm going to come up here and click File. Then down here, I'll click on Add Fonts to Current User. And I've downloaded the font files to an inbox folder here, so I'll select them. Although I could, of course, have just double-clicked on the files to install them. Let's see if they're in. I'll type Lee in the search box here. And yep, we can see it's imported okay. So if I double-click, I can see it in here. And let's see how this works in practice now. I'm going to close this all the way back here. And let's get Pages opened and just open up a blank document here. Okay, over here, I should be able to find my font, and there it is. I'll just increase the font size before I type anything. And let's see how it looks. Wow, this is messy. Gonna have to do another of these. So whilst this is, of course, a rough version of my handwriting, and I will definitely go back and spend some time slowly creating a neater version of this, you can see how easy it is to get your own handwriting in a font, nice and easy. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.